Introducing xCredit LP staking from industry-leading RWA loan collateralization platform Credifi. Earn 10% cashback in USDT after 90 days, with more rewards coming soon for xCredit holders. Visit v2.credifi.finance today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy here. I have some fantastic news, and I'm gonna start immediately with the good news. There is free access to our Discord community. It's very easy. The only thing you need to do is go to our Twitter page or scan this QR code or check the description below, and everything is self-explanatory. We're doing a lot of cool stuff within our Discord community, and one of them is making a shitload of money by trading scalps, swings, and many other things as well, such as gem hunting and DeFi plays and airdrops, a lot of things. Maybe later I'm gonna give you like a quick walkthrough through our Discord. I would love to dedicate the next 8 minutes, 9 minutes to Bitcoin dominance and alts, because that's actually where the real asymmetrical bet is, by trading them. But since March this year, alts have been declining a lot. And with a lot, I mean a lot. Like the 52-week high for Bitcoin is just 15, maybe 15, 14% away. For many other alts, even in the top 100 and top 200, they need to climb, let's say 100%, 110%, some cases even 200% to get back to their 52-week high. I love to start and kick off first with this breadth chart. As we can see, we see here an uptick of the amount of USDT pairs, Binance, on the exchange, the leading exchange Binance, we're reclaiming that 200 MA. So last week it was around 3.7%, which is dramatically low, really low. 3.7% was trading above that 200 MA. As of now, this number has been growing, and it almost sits on 8%. So it means 8% of all Binance USDT pairs are trading above the 200 MA. And by the way, I've made a dedicated trading view watch list, which can be shared. If you guys want, I can share this with you as well. What's really interesting is that since the beginning of this month, we see here an increase of the amount of Binance USDT pairs who have reclaimed their 50 MA. And by the way, this is a typical breadth chart, which shows you the relationship between the declining and advancing crypto assets. And I believe this is probably the only crypto dedicated breadth chart you will see in this form and shape. Now we see that many other coins have reclaimed their 20 MA. And this is quite significant, as a few weeks ago it was just 5%, and as of now it's 94% of all Binance USDT pairs are trading above the 20 MA, which is telling me there is some strength among the altcoins, probably not all of them. And there's also something that's happening now with the Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price. By the way, if you liked this content so far, drop a comment or hit the like button. Show some love, as I'm showing love to you, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would love to kick off very quickly again with the Bitcoin chart. And I want to remind you, but also to remind myself, that markets, they move in cycles. And what you want to do is connect the cycle lows with the other cycle lows. And this will give you an estimation what the duration is of a cycle from the low to the low, because that's how you actually should measure a cycle, from the low to the low. And what is it telling us? This is telling us the time span from low to the low is around 1,430 days. As we could see it here, we could see it here, and we could see it here. Now, the more fascinating stuff here is um, normally Bitcoin, it takes 1,060 days to travel from the cycle low to the cycle high. As we could see it here, this took Bitcoin 1,060 days. As you can see here, it was measured here, if you don't believe me, as it happened here. And now, if history repeats itself, or if we're going to see a similar cycle, then likely we're going to see the end of the cycle somewhere in September, October, if it could even July of next year. Another thing I would love to remind you myself is these yellow lines you're seeing here, they represent the halving events. And every time we had an halving event, there was a long consolidation phase of more or less 160 days before Bitcoin really took off. We could see it here, we could see it here, we could see it here. Now, what's really important to understand is these post-halving phases, the first 2, 3, 4, 5 months, they are supposed to be boring. They are supposed to make us give up on Bitcoin. They are not binary events, as in you seen halving and up it will go. No. Before we really feel that halving effect of having just 3.125 Bitcoins per block, it takes a lot of time before we really feel that in the supply and demand mechanism. So I'm personally, no secret, pretty optimistic. This is a very clear secular uptrend. The primary trend is maybe now kind of a stabilizing, normalizing. It's showing some weakness, but if it resumes, my target for the next for this cycle is around 170k ish, more or less. It could overshoot. We cannot, or we even do not touch that level. But that is what I'm aiming for, and I'm pretty optimistic for the next few months. So my biggest allocation myself, I share this also in the Discord community, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin basically represents almost 50% of my entire portfolio. I'm so happy that I learned from my mistakes from the previous years, because Bitcoin from here to the high, its all-time high. Oh, not sure why it's so black. Let's make this a little bit white. It's just a move of 15%. 15%. Now, a lot of altcoins, they need to do 80, 90, 120% to revisit their 52-week high. And I'm not even talking about their previous all-time high. I'm talking about the 52-week high. It's very different. So we can obviously see also from the Bitcoin dominance, the dominance is just increasing. And by the way, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart without stables. So the way how you can plot this is you can copy and paste this basically, or ask me if in Twitter, or even better Discord, and ask me what the exact formula is. It's actually this one. What you could do is you can do symbol search, find, enter this code or formula, hit enter, you will get this one. So normally the Bitcoin dominance, like the regular one, it will show you a value of let me go to this 57 point something percent, but I don't find this very reliable. I rather prefer on this one. This doesn't include any stables, as it should be. So what I'm seeing here is, let me get rid of the Birb Pro, because now Birb Pro is not relevant, and even the MAs are not relevant here on this chart. Just pure so-called price action. Of course, this is not something you can really trade. It's just giving you information about the relationship between alt and Bitcoin. What I'm seeing here, and what I would love to share with you, is this is a clear sign of exhaustion, to be honest. We see a clear bearish divergence, so the momentum does not keep up with the price. They're diverging, not converging. Of course, this is not something you can really buy or actually can trade. So take that, TA on Bitcoin dominance with a grain of salt. However, it does provide us with valuable information, especially if we take into consideration the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So what I'm seeing here is I see exhaustion. What I would love to see is this dominance breaking down to lower levels. Because if that happens, I see a lot of these altcoins catching up. What I'm normally seeing now on many of these altcoins is I see a lot of reversal patterns. I see like a W or a even and Eve and Adam and Eve pattern, or a double bottom pattern, or falling wedge, especially when they are if they are accompanied by a strong divergence, not only on the R side but especially on the Birb Pro that measures divergence on 10 different but very powerful oscillators. It's for me a sign to rotate from Bitcoin into altcoins, and I believe that time will come very soon. This is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. As discussed last week, and we've been discussing this when it was around 0.048 level, not even sure how to pronounce this number correctly. But anyways, it dropped all the way here to my first point of interest. This is my first point of interest. What I love on this chart is this extremely powerful bearish divergence that actually comes from an oversold area, which hasn't happened that many times. I mean, the last time it happened, it was where was it again on the chart? I cannot find it that quickly, but it happened and it resulted in a 40% pump. If it cannot reclaim this level and we see another breakdown, there are two possibilities. We could see a double bullish divergence, or we could see Ethereum tanking, and this would be like a really scary. Go away. Not sure why. What's going wrong? It's so annoying that this appears here now on my. Yeah, this is better. Sorry for that. It would be really scary for Ethereum to enter this zone. This zone would be extremely scary for Ethereum. Even I would be scared for that, as I'm also positioned into Ethereum. So I do not want to see a breakdown below this level. So this is quite promising. I do anticipate, based on this bounce, based on this strong point of interest, this is like a multi-year SNL level. We're talking about 3,000 days, even more. I expect a solid bounce. It could be here around the baseline, or it could be here back in this gray box. If this happens and Bitcoin stays normal, like stabilizes, ideally above 65K, I see a lot of altcoins catching up, because if Ethereum goes up against Bitcoin, this will boost a lot of confidence in altcoins, not only the Ethereum ecosystem, but probably like a lot of ecosystems. I do not subscribe myself to the idea that we're gonna see a typical traditional money inflow from Bitcoin to Ethereum, from Ethereum to the high caps, to the mid caps, to the low caps, to the gems, and blah blah blah. No, I do not believe this. I think this model is very outdated, and do your own homework, but I do really believe that this cycle is very different. Of course, like a lot of altcoins might appreciate, will be uplifted because of Ethereum and Bitcoin. However, I do believe that this cycle is a little bit different, and I believe that certain narratives, certain specific narratives will mainly benefit from this. The old model of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then it goes down to all these other like lower caps. I think this model is very outdated. Also, if you think about it, more than 1 million Bitcoins have been bought up through the ETFs. There are a lot of countries even they are holding Bitcoin, like the United States and China. As of now, they don't have any plans to. Most of them are actually confiscated Bitcoins, so there is a danger of selling pressure. But still, I do not see them selling Bitcoin that quickly. But also, these Bitcoins that have been purchased through these ETFs, I don't see that Bitcoin. And we're talking about more than 1 million Bitcoins. I don't see them rotate into maybe Ethereum, but I do not see them rotate into other altcoins. I do not see them rotating into other altcoins. I do not see, for example, BlackRock telling to their own clients, "Hey, you know what? Let's rotate now from Bitcoin into something else, for example, Solana or XRP." Unless they have their own ETFs for that, they will not do this. They will not do this. They will not do this. So I do not subscribe to the idea that Bitcoin, as in previous cycles, will rotate into these different layers of market cap coins. Hope I make my point very clear. So if this bounces, let me check how Ethereum looks against USDT, because I haven't checked this week. So my thesis last week, if you follow me, you would know that I have shared this. So I see actually a few things. I see in RSI breakout, I see here like a bullish divergence, and I see here a multi support level. This was an ascending wedge, multi-year ascending wedge, and it broke out. It retested it a few times here. Let me do this actually, so you can see this a little bit better. This is not relevant anymore. It was about the Ethereum ETF. This is not relevant anymore. This is relevant. Retest here, bullish divergence. It crossed the Biblicator Pro baseline. We can check what the current time frame trailer is. That's basically the the bull or the bear signal. It will flash a bull signal if it can reclaim this level. So it's basically this level here. Needs to reclaim this level, which perfectly aligns with this support level. Like the previous support level turned actually into a resistance. So this is a very important SNR level. Don't take this level too lightly. Let me see what's happening on the weekly. Yeah, there is a RSI breakout. We can see on the 3-day very clear there's an RSI breakout. Of course, this can curl down and it can enter here again below this trend line. I believe that's the less likely scenario. However, it could maybe pull back a little bit, maybe towards the baseline, $2,400, maybe even lower. There is even a chance it will test this level for the third time. However, I believe that this would be the less likely scenario. I see a lot of liquidity here, so I assume it will head towards $2,800. So this is my quick view on Bitcoin. Again, TLDR. This cycle is very different. Don't think the 1 million Bitcoins that have been scooped up through these different ETFs that they will be used to buy your silly shitcoin or my silly shitcoin. No, this will not happen. If it was rotating to another crypto asset class, it would be Ethereum, because there's also an Ethereum ETF. Keep a close eye on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. A close below this, my first point of interest. We're gonna see like a really nasty capitulation, I really believe. The Bitcoin dominance, it looks really weak. This is the normal dominance, but I highly urge you to do your own back testing. But check out the Bitcoin dominance without the stables, as I believe it will give you a more accurate information about the dominance. Sooner or later this will break down. We don't know exactly when, but I do already see clear reversal patterns. And talking about reversal patterns, I shared today this one. This is the typical Adam and Eve pattern. As you can see, this is basically a double bottom. See, that's a double bottom. After CMT and all these different programs, I still do not understand why they call this like an Adam and Eve pattern. If you know this, please let me know, because always happy to learn new things. We have Arbitrum. It's basically the same thing, actually. You could see this as an Adam and Eve pattern as well. We have Mana, shared today by my great friend Just Pit in the we had a chat. This is kind of like a W pattern. I love it. I rather prefer to have like the last part of the W lower than the first one, but this was a very strong capitulation that happened here on the 4th of August. I cannot even recall what kind of event we had that day. But anyways, that's not really that important for now. What's important is we are seeing a lot of reversal patterns going on a lot of these altcoins. My suggestion also to you guys is I've made here a special watch list. These are the coins that are trading above the 200 MA. I believe these coins have a higher probability to run very hard. You want to bet on the quickest runners. Of course, it's always nice to catch the bottom of something, but this looks quite strong, to be honest. This is strong. This is just a few percent away from its 52-week high. In my opinion, this looks strong. You want to bet on the strong coins. As you can see here, this is trading. On the look how far away it's trading above the 200 MA. It's pretty strong, to be honest. And many of these altcoins here or trading or just reclaim the 200 MA. Phantom looks actually fantastic as well, to be honest. Look, this is a very solid support and resistance level. The MA here is actually flattening. So when you see an MA flattening, it's actually a warning sign. What's actually the warning? The warning is I'm exhausted. It's actually what the MA is telling us a story. Price action is always telling us a story. Indicators are also telling us a story. And the story here is this is why I, by the way, love falling wedges, especially when you see strong bullish divergence. This is by far one of maybe my most favorite pattern. It's the pattern where I made most of my money, to be honest, as a reverse trader. To come back, this is trading above the 200 MA. This is, these are actually the setups I really like because the point of invalidation is really clear. It's trading above the 200 MA. However, as you can see, this was like a steady uptrend. And then here it's actually telling you, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. So you need to pay a lot of, attention. Yeah. But since it, declined quite hard and it's making here nice higher highs, higher lows, if it can reclaim, these coins can run quite hard. And imagine you would do something like this, having like a stop loss around how many ATR is this again? Yeah, this is fine. Imagine it can get back here and go back to the 52-week high. I could see Phantom easily doing this. Sorry for all that threat. That's just for me to see where that ATR level is. Something like that. This would look not bad for a swing trade. So all in all, as you can see, there are a lot of reversal patterns going on. Bitcoin dominance is going down. However, we do see where is it? Bitcoin showing divergence here on the 4-hour chart, also on the Birb Pro. We could see a decline. This is a key SNR level. As long as we are above this SNR level, around above the 5960K, we are all good. This is, by the way, a very strong major high time frame resistance because if you would plot your anchored VWAP from this low, for example, it pretty much aligns with this level. Also, the 200 MA sits there as well. Oh, sorry, this is the 12-hour chart. This is the 200. This is the 200 MA. So this is a level where you see like different how do you say that, resistance levels, like dynamic resistance support levels, um, converging. They're coming all together. Like you have a horizontal, you have the MA, you have the anchored VWAP. So this tells me this is a pretty hard level to reclaim, especially because this isn't horizontal and this is a clear lower high, lower low structure within a range. So I believe the range is a far more important piece of information than seeing these lower highs and lower lows. If this makes sense. Of course, we cannot ignore that, those lower lows and lower highs, but still, in my opinion, this is just one big rectangle. With that said, I would be a little bit careful with longing Bitcoin here. I'm not always, against per se buying something at resistance, but then I do want to see some kind of continuation patterns on the lower time frames before I enter a trade. So I'm against shorting. I haven't shorted anything this year, and I will keep it this way. For me, it's only spot long. I don't see any entries, but if I'm going to see an entry, I'm going to share this on Discord. We have a very cool community where we share a lot of setups. So this is one of the setups we have shared. This is link. This is what you can see here is all the different swing trades we have took. This is Mother. I haven't traded this myself, but JustBit and many others, they have traded this. This was good for 85% gains. We have Sui, where someone discovered that there is an unlock, so he was managing his risk, and that's exactly what we are doing. We are aiming to win. It doesn't matter if it's a big win or a small win, or sometimes like break even. We're fine with that, but we're never fine with losing big. We always lose small, period, and then we try to win big or win small, or at break even, but we never allow a big loss, a big loser. So we have here DYDX, which was also good for I don't know how many percent, but we smashed TP1. And then we have Mother again, and Inch, and Van Ray, and Maker, and so forth and so on. These are real trades, right? Like there's no hindsight bias or bullshit like it can go up or it can go down. No. For a trade, if you want to execute a trade, you need to rely on your edge, and you need to trust that the directional bias, and you also need to trust your system. You need to understand where you're wrong, and when you can be a little bit more aggressive with capitalizing with your edge in a certain market environment. And this is now the market environment. I believe September is a good month for us, maybe the best month of this quarter, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even this year. I haven't checked the stats yet. However, I also believe that Q4 and Q1 will be amazing months to make shitload of money and to change our lives. And this is not possible just by doing things randomly. You need the structure, and hence the reason why we're providing a lot of trading psychology sessions as well. We're talking about all these different important topics related to trading. So it's not only how to apply TA, but also how to cultivate the right mindset, how to deal with losses, how also like the basic stuff like I'm getting stopped out so many times. Where do I actually need to put my stop loss? We're talking about the ego, your inner self-talk, hypnosis, NLP, all that stuff. And I believe these things are very, very, very important. I shared this a while ago, and I'm happy to share this quickly with you guys as well. Where was it again? I don't think it's here, but those who don't have any selling strategy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people, they don't have any selling strategy because they will be paralyzed by their emotions and feelings, and by following so-called gurus. They will be paralyzed, and they will not have a selling strategy, which means they're gonna face palm themselves later. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, even in a bull cycle. So, with that said, you can get free access, and this will give you access till when? Till the 7th of October. You can join the Discord, trade the signals, talk with us, talk with Birb, with BC Richfield, with Jay, with Rezoon, with Chris, with JustBit, with our community members. They are cool, very intelligent people. I'm also learning so much from them. Until the next time, guys, see you around. God bless. Bye bye.